Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a very easy fall makeup look as well as testing these two True Match products from L'Oreal. So for today's video, I really wanted to do something for fall, a fall makeup look. It is already fall here where I live, and it will definitely be fall by the time I post this. When I originally had the concept for this video, I originally had like a really in-depth eye makeup tutorial kind of thing going on, and then I thought, who has time for that right now? So I thought, let's keep it simple. Let's do something very simple but very fall, and then we're going to obviously add in the other elements with blush and lips and all that. So let's go ahead and jump in to the eye. So now that you're pulled in, I do already have one eye done. I wanted to kind of give you a little sneak peek of what we're going for here. And so this only requires 3 products. Well, 4 if you count eye primer. So of course I went in with my Milani eyeshadow primer. So now what we're going to go in with is the Wet n Wild Coloricon multi-stick, and this is in the shade Nudie Culture, and I am just going to apply this all to the lid and not really take it anywhere above that. So just all over the lid. Okay, then I'm going to take a slightly coarse blending brush, or this says crease, but we're going to use it as a crease blending brush, and I am going to take some of that color and blend it up into my crease. So nothing, like, you can already see some of that color starting to go up. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy or precise. We basically just want to create some dimension up in this area. Definitely blend the crease and bring it up in circular motions. And then I am kind of doing like the little triangle out here. And honestly, I feel like that's pretty good. So now I'm just going to take my finger and kind of tap around the edges to blend it out. Like I said, we're switching vibes here, and we're going for super simple and super quick. So now all over the lid, I'm taking one product. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. I don't even remember, it's been so long. I'll have to link it for you here or put a picture of it, but this is in the shade 5, and it's this beautiful sparkly orange color. So what I'm going to do is honestly just take that and apply it all over the lid. And I will tell you that one of the secrets to success with this product is to keep your eye closed for quite some time after applying, because it does need to dry down. So after I put on quite a bit of product, I'm going to take my finger and just kind of disperse the excess, because I don't want it too wet or gloopy. Go back and apply somewhere I feel like I've missed any spots. And then I'm just going to slightly round it out with the tip of this applicator again. I'm going to kind of pat over it. See if there's anywhere I feel like I may have missed some spots. We're going to let our eye stay closed and let that dry. I made the mistake of opening this eye too soon, and it did take some of the product off. So you definitely want to let your eye, that's probably the only thing that like requires finesse, is to have the time to keep your eye closed long enough for the product to fully dry down. Let's see. Okay, it needs a little bit more time. I try to do that with one eye open, it gives me a headache. Speaking of headaches, I have had a headache on and off now for 6 days. I'm so over it. Thankfully right now I don't have one. It's like, it's been right here, so I'm thinking sinuses. But right now I don't have one, so I am trying to film this, and I am vlogging a little bit around the house, doing like 10-minute cleanup. So I just 10-minute cleaned up my bedroom to film, and then I'm going to go around to the rest of the house and do that. Alright, so now that that's dried down, I'm going to go in with this eyeliner. This is from Revlon, the Colorstay Micro Hyper Precision Gel Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Brown. Now, I'm really glad that I had a backup, because this one is completely empty. That is the only bad thing about this product. The fact that it is gel, it does a great job of gliding. There's no tug or pull, but the fact that it's gel, I feel like it just, you use it up very quickly. I don't know how else to explain it. What I do like is also that it includes this little smudger on the end. So I am going to apply some eyeliner. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, look how dirty that is. Pretend you didn't see that. Pretend that's not real. Alright, so we are going to apply some brown eyeliner. This is so hard for me, by the way. I am doing my best to stay as close to the lash line as possible because I am going to smudge this out at the end with the little smudger on the end of the eyeliner. And I am going to take it out just a little bit. Okay, that side didn't work as well as this side, but that's alright. So now I'm just going to kind of smudge it. Okay, my wings are nowhere near perfect, but... So now I'm going to clean up this side, and there you have it. So there is a very quick, but I think very fall little eyeshadow look. Oh, no. See? My eyeliner, though. I got to make this side thicker to match. Rawr. That's the only thing. I can't see when I close my eyes. There. Alright, I'm going to stop there before I make it worse. So today I definitely want to curl my lashes. Look at this cute little mirror. We got these from Bible study. Our Bible study leader, who's my pastor's wife, got these because part of our Bible study was talking about how we are God's masterpiece. And so she gave us a mirror so that we could look and remember that God sees past the outside and He sees our heart and our intentions, and that we are His masterpiece. And I thought that was so cute. Okay, so you know the drill. Honestly, my favorite mascara, going in with some of the Essence Lash Princess Curl and Volume Mascara. Okay. I also really like how quick and easy this is because, number one, time efficiency, but also the orange just makes my blue eyes pop. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pop on a brow and I'll be right back. Today we're going to test out two products from L'Oreal. We have the True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum, as well as the True Match Corrector Cream, Eye Cream. Sorry, I was reading the French side. True Match Eye Cream in a Concealer. So we're going to be testing both of these products out. Alright, not the best, not the worst. Of course, went in with the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil in Ash Brown. So, let's go ahead and prep the skin. Okay, we're going to use some Wet n Wild 3-in-1 primer water. This is rose. I definitely prefer coconut. And then on one side, I do want to go in and test this. Okay, so this is a really cheap primer. This is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. The one silicone-free primer that does it all. It says it mattifies, it hydrates, it blurs pores, it preps skin for lasting makeup, and it's impossibly silicone free, delivering all the benefits you'd ask for in a primer and the one you never thought you could. Silicone free to dodge skin congestion. So on one, is this dry on the inside? This sounds weird. That's weird. I don't know. So anyway, like I said, this is from Wet n Wild. I think Tati and somebody else was like raving about that. So here we have a little bit of it. Smells really good. Smells a little coconutty actually. So we're going to put the Impossible Primer on this side. That is a different texture. Like it is lotiony feeling, but then not. I don't know how to explain it. Okay. So we have that on this side. Let's look. I actually feel like my pores, I can kind of see them more. So on this side, let's go in with a tried and true, the Hard Candy Smoothing Primer Balm. Since this is also pore minimizing and smoothing. This is kind of like a hit or miss. It works well with some foundations and then other foundations it doesn't. So it's always interesting to see what it's going to work with. So again, we have Wet n Wild on this side, Hard Candy on this side. Let's take a look before we go in with the foundation. Yeah, this side looks hydrated. This side, though, my pores look smoother. But let's try it with the foundation. So I am going to wet my sponge a little bit with the 3-in-1 spray. Here is again, the True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. Let's see what it says. Instant radiance with a nude skin effect. Instantly skin feels hydrated. Skin looks healthier over time. It's got 1% pure hyaluronic acid. Now, I do despise that it is a dropper. I think that is just like the worst choice ever. This is the shade 0.52, very light. So, here's what we have. Okay, it's definitely sheer coverage to begin. But, I mean, it is a serum, right? Tinted serum. I almost wonder if this would do better without a sponge. Well, let's just try it and see what we get. But I feel like the sponge is really going to soak up what little coverage we're getting. This is dirty. Okay, I'm going to go in with my multitasker brush from Sigma. You guys, that looks really good. That looks really good. I hate the stopper. Look at that. It's already, can you see that? It's already getting so nasty. Why? Why would you do that to us, L'Oreal? Come on. It's very thin, but I actually kind of like that. Again, I'm just stamping this in with my brush. I feel like this is going to give me, well, I understand this is going to be light coverage. I feel like the brush is going to give me the most coverage compared to a sponge. Just because the sponge will soak up some of this product. So I'm just kind of stamping this in all over. So that wasn't very much product at all. It actually looks really good. So that was the side with the Wet n Wild. Let's go ahead and do this side with this side with the Hard Candy primer. Oh, this is just terrible. Why would they do this? The stopper is not the way to go. Okay, I couldn't find my brush. It just, my desk swallowed it right up. Look how red my poor nose is. I have been sick for almost a week, and so I finally went and got tested, and it's not COVID, it's not strep, it's not flu, so I don't know what it is, but boy, it's been kicking my butt. It's like I feel better, but then it's, once I actually exert some energy, I'm just exhausted. It's like, okay, that's all I had, and I just feel, whew, gone. Ooh, okay, in between my brows, let me show you before I go in there. That looks rough, so let's pat over that with a sponge, see if we can't pounce that in just a little bit better. Okay, I haven't done anything with my nose yet, but let's go ahead and look at the cheeks. Okay, sorry, I know my mirror's in the way, but holy cow. Okay, let me see if I can get this. Can you see the difference in the lines on my mouth here versus here? They're like much more smoothed out on the side with the Wet n Wild. You guys, I think I like the Wet n Wild better. It's a little bit more mattified, even though it felt hydrating going on. It looks better. Very interesting. Let me put some of this Wet n Wild on my nose. Smells so good. It smells like coconut. Boop. Now, if you've watched any of my videos for any length of time, you know that my nose is normally the spot I'm going to have trouble with. That looks really good. Okay, so let's move on to concealer. Very interested to see how this wears. On initial application, I actually am liking. Listen, can you hear that though? That's weird. I actually am really liking this over the Hard Candy. Alright, so next let's go in with this concealer. Now, the only problem is they didn't have... Oh, yeah, they did. Did I get it there? Huh, I thought I got a darker shade. I must have happened to stumble upon it. Okay, so this is the True Match Eye Cream in a Concealer. So this also has 0.5% pure hyaluronic acid. So let's see. 24-hour hydration, all skin types, suitable for sensitive skin, paraben free. It says it will instantly cover dark circles. Eye looks fresher, less puffy in 1 week. So basically the gist of both these products is that with over time, you're going to look better. Obviously, they're trying to say that the addition of the pure hyaluronic acid, which, I mean, hyaluronic acid is good for your skin, but I don't think that small amount in makeup is really going to do anything. All right, so again, I have N12 Fair. I don't know if there's a lighter shade in this or not. I'll have to look it up and I'll let you know right here if there is a lighter shade. So it is this little, oh shoot, squeezy tube, and it comes out fast. Beware. Let's see if I can go much easier this time. There we go. Just going in with a little bitty baby dot. And tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. And I am just going to go ahead and blend this in with my finger. I think that's just going to be the best way. Now, I was afraid that this was going to be another situation like with the that Natural Defense line from Physicians Formula, where the foundation-y tint thing was very creamy, but then the concealer was very thick. And I was like, that was an odd combo, but this isn't like that. The concealer is creamy, just like the Tinted Serum. Okay, I can already tell this is not going to be my favorite. I don't think the color was as big of an issue as I originally thought, but I'm not liking how it is looking on my under eyes. And it's supposed to be like an eye cream. I think for me, I would honestly have to have something under this with a little bit more hydration. Ooh, and it's looking rough between my eyebrows. All right, let me bring you in closer so you can see my under eyes. They don't look horrible. Like, especially on this side, it's kind of like dry and crusty. So I think for me, this would definitely be something I would have to put something more moisturizing on underneath. So I'm not sold on that, but I'm very interested to see the wear of the tinted serum. Although I am so just upset about this. Just pump. Always a pump. Like, just give us a pump. Well, let's go ahead and finish the rest of the face because I do want to add to the fall eyes. And we're just going to go very simple. So for powder, okay, I'm going to go in with some of my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop mattifying powder. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go in with bronzer. Since we are moving into like the fall makeup, I am going to move away for just a little bit from my marbleized bronzer, you know, that I love from Believe Beauty. We're going to go into something matte. So I am taking out the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder, and this is in the shade 02. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and bronze up the skin. I really, really love moving from a glowy bronzer to a matte one come fall. I think that's good. Okay, now something I do want to do is this hack that I found when I tried some TikTok hacks, makeup hacks. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it for you. And this hack is taking your contour and actually applying it with a fan brush. Normally, I would go in with something more concentrated. I don't see the actual brush, but like, you know, something very angled where it was more harsh. And this definitely applies a much more, I don't know what the word is, light application, much more shadowy than I originally was going for. Like, you see what I mean? It just resembles a shadow so much more effortlessly than how I was applying it previously. But yeah, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. And this is the Kat Von D Sombre powder. So not too much, but just the perfect amount. So now for blush, I want to use my blush from e.l.f. if I can find it. And here is the bronzer that I have typically been using, but like I said, moving to a matte one for fall. So for blush and highlight, we're going to be using this bite-size treat, or not bite-size treat, what's this called? Bite-size duo? I don't even know. It's from e.l.f. It's the blush and highlight duo, and this is in canteloupe. So I'm going to take a brush, try to get off a lot of that pink color that I normally do. Okay, and I'm actually not going to do blush and highlight separately. I'm really just going to kind of mix them together with more blush than anything. So then I'm going to put on some of that canteloupe blush, and I am going to keep it kind of up this way, not so much down here on my cheek. And then I'll just take a little swipe of the highlighter, dust that over top. And I am going to take a little bit of that blush and go across my nose. This is a really nice little product for fall. They actually have a lot of colors that are really nice for fall in that line. I might have went a little too heavy in real life. Well, whoopsies. Here's where I'm having problems. I don't know what lip I want. So our choices are, this is Amazonian. It is a matte, Superstay matte ink from Maybelline. We also have, in that same format, Globetrotter. My other choice is this, it's broke, this lipstick from Wet n Wild in Extra Cinnamon Please. And then I have this topper. It is from Wet n Wild, the Liquid Catsuit High Shine Lipstick in Pumpkin Guts. Okay. What do I want? I think I want Globetrotter. Or do I want more subtle? Okay, let's do Amazonian, and then we'll put some Pumpkin Guts on top. So this is a little more subtle, not quite so orangey, more of a brownish orange. Alright, so now let's go in. Again, this is 70 Amazonian. I will be the first to admit I am not the best at liquid lips, especially when like they're going to dry down and stuff, like matte liquid lips or nothing like that. But we do the best we can. So now I'm going to pop a little bit of pumpkin guts, smack in the middle. I like it. And let's do, oh, we didn't do the under eyes. Okay, so for under eyes, kind of like a daytimey fall look. Like if I was going out at night, I would finish up the Loreal lash line. But I kind of like it how it is. Let's go ahead and give one final spritz. All right, so let's take a look. First of all, the final product I really like with the orange, and I really am glad I kind of went with the more brownie orange than the more intense orange, which is Globetrotter. But trust me, I will be wearing that at some point during fall. Quite honestly, at this point, they look very similar on either side, with the Wet n Wild and the Hard Candy. Now, in between my eyebrows looks terrible though. I still think I slightly prefer this side with the Wet n Wild. It just looks ever so slightly smoother than this side. So, here is our, let's see, what did we do? We kind of did two things in one, didn't we? A very drugstore, quick and easy fall makeup look, and then also the wear test of these two products from Loreal. So I'm going to finish wearing these throughout the day, and I will check in with you later and show you how they have worn. All right, check in on our True Match products, the Tinted Serum and the eye cream in a concealer. It is 9:45, so almost 10 o'clock at night, and this has been on since about 2:30. It's almost an 8-hour wear, not too bad. So let's go ahead and move you in, and let's take a look. So I will say I am not a fan of how it's looking in between my eyebrows. That is pretty darn rough. I will say it wore off on my nose quite a bit, like even up in here on the bridge. I don't know if you can see right here. It's kind of, I don't even know what you would call that. Not balling up. I don't know. It just looks patchy right there, I guess is the best way to say it. I don't really see that patchiness on this side, which is where we had the Hard Candy primer. Okay, so my thoughts are on initial application, I definitely liked how it looked with the Wet n Wild better, but I think the wear was better with the Hard Candy. And while this is a hyaluronic tinted serum, I definitely think, she's ready for bed, I definitely think my skin in particular would have benefited from something a bit more hydrating underneath, even outside of the Wet n Wild and the Hard Candy. I think something more hydrating underneath would have definitely helped. Let's look at the concealer. It's held up well, but I'm not a particular fan of it. Now again, as I stated earlier, I didn't realize that I had N12, and I really probably should have went with C12, which is cool 1-2, like the fair shade. I think the cool undertone would have worked better for me, so I think that might be like a good mixer one, potentially with something that's just a smidge lighter, a little bit more cooler in tone, or it may even work better again with something more hydrating under my eyes. So for me, I actually really like it. I think I am going to play with it a little bit tomorrow, putting something more hydrating underneath on my face and my under eyes, and then trying the two again. And probably just leaving out, should I try the, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what my concoction is going to be, but I think I'm going to try these two again tomorrow. And so I will put what I wore and how it wore throughout the day in my description box below. So do I think it's a bad product? No, not at all. I actually would like to compare this side by side with the other tinted serum that I have. Let me pull it out. So the other product I have is from The Ordinary. It's a serum foundation, but I think it's pretty much on the same range as this. So that might be something that I try in comparison, but I actually do like it. I'm interested, like I said, I'm going to try it with a different concoction underneath, and I will let you know how that goes. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.